What's up everybody and welcome back to the Werewoof Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we're going to be reviewing issue number 33 of the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comic series. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so if you guys are new to these comic reviews, here's how they normally go. First, I tell you guys what I liked about this issue, what I didn't like about the issue, and then I give it a score. But before we do that, I must read the book back to you in an overly dramatic fashion. And I do mean overly dramatic. But before we get to that, can I ask one small favor? You guys know what to do. Can you just scroll below real quick, hit that like button? It'll only take a second and I can wait. You back? Alright, without further ado guys, let's get right into this, because this one is very, very interesting. I'd also like to give a brief shout out to my patrons on patreon.com/werewolfwolfie. That's patreon.com/werewolfwolfie, where you guys can further support these comic book reviews. Just click the link above and it'll take you where you need to go. Thank you guys for your continued support. Outside Tails' workshop. Where did you say you got this? It's a souvenir from my tour of the spaceship, direct from Dr. Eggman's personal files. Remarkable. I was hoping they'd make some sense to you, Mr. Boy Genius. Whew. That's the last of it. Guess I can skip my boxer-size workout today. So do you think you can fix them? Thanks, Amy. And I'm not sure. Eggman wrote this code. Without the cipher, it's gibberish. Besides, even if I could read it, Omega's way beyond a simple tune-up. This is gonna be a full rebuild. It is fortunate that I am a machine. A weak organic life form would likely experience elevated stress levels in this situation. If I can get into Eggman's network, I bet I could find the cipher for the blueprints. I'd need a place of Eggnet access, like an abandoned base. Alright, I'm ready to get back into the action. Well, that was my good deed for the day. Good luck. Aw, you're gonna miss out on all the fun. If I'm too helpful all at once, I'll break out in hives. Can't wait to see Omega fixed up. Let me know how it goes. Yo, Tails! I know a base up by Windmill Village. The doc hasn't been there in ages, and it might have what you need. You wanna come, Amy? You and I, together, on a mission? It'll be dark, cold, deep underground, infested with rusty killer badniks, the works. Oh, sounds great. We can always count on you, Blue. That takes care of the blueprints, but we still need materials. I don't have the equipment to fabricate parts like Eggman's. But if I had a E100 series part set, I could maybe use that? They're really rare though. Is that all? I can take care of that. I've had my eye on this mark for a while. White Park? The roller coaster place? That's just the tip of the iceberg. White Park is the place to find rare goods, including salvaged Eggman tech. If you know who to talk to. Luckily, I do. It's the reigning champion of the White Park Chao racing circuit, Clutch. His real claim to fame is an unparalleled collection of technology and riches, and he's been known to make the odd trade under the table. My reputation might make it a bit difficult to earn his trust, so we'll need a cover story. And there's one waiting for us, the Chao races. You've put an awful lot of thought into this. With so much treasure just sitting there for the taking, why wouldn't I? Now we're going to need one more person to make this work. Floral Forest, Vanilla's house. Hello? May I ask who is calling? Are you sure about this? You're still welcome to join the boys in the dark, dank, abandoned lair. Fair enough. Miss Amy, what can I do for you today? Cream? In White Park? Chao racing? Oh my, I don't know. If Gemerl were damaged, we'd be there to get him fixed up. Doesn't Omega deserve the same kindness? It'll make a huge positive impact. Yes, impact craters from my... Doesn't he deserve a chance? That's true. And speaking of Gemerl, I think he could in fact use a little tune-up. He hasn't complained, but he was damaged in his last battle. Yeah, I'm sure Tails can figure it out. We're going to fix Gemerl? My primary systems are fully operational after my system reboot. Any damage I've sustained is merely superficial. Oh Mama, won't you please let us help? I suppose if Amy and Gemerl are there with you. Go get your winter clothes while I pack up some cookies for your trip. It's cold in White Park, and Amy will be here soon. Did you hear that, Gemerl? We're going on another adventure! Please be careful, dear. You know how dangerous these adventures can be. The forest near Windmill Village. How'd you find out about this place? Spotted it on one of my runs. I keep tabs on stuff like this when I see it. Wonder why Eggman abandoned this one. Maybe it was taken over by ghost badniks. Ha, stop it. They only come out under the full moon. Better watch out, they want to suck your blood. I think you got some wires crossed there. What? No, never. Aha! There's one. Once we get some backup power going, I should be able to access the eggnet from here. Yeesh. I take it back about the ghost badniks. This is plenty creepy as is. At least we'll have company. Meanwhile, there it is, White Park. Wow, it's so pretty. Breathtaking views, luxury accommodations, and a secret treasure hoard waiting to be found. What more could a girl ask for? I know this technically isn't a vacation, but it's a nice change after all that time pushing papers at Restoration HQ. Ugh. Amy veers the car out the way to avoid hitting something in the middle of the street. That something turns out to be Shadow the Hedgehog. What? Shadow? How about that? Hey there, handsome. Typical. What are you doing here? Nothing that concerns you. Hold on, we're trying to get Omega fixed. We could use your help. Not interested. Ugh, why's he gotta be such a grump? Don't take it personally. That was polite for him. Besides, something tells me we'll be seeing him again. A short drive later. Get ready for a crash course in subterfuge. Remember, if anybody asks, I'm Facet. Sit tight, Omega. I have no legs. This does not compute. Just keep quiet. Follow my lead, and act natural. With any luck, nobody will know we were even here. Attention Chateau guests. Chao speaking. I'll be your MC for today's event. The Grand Prix qualification race will be beginning soon. If you wish to compete, please register your Chao immediately. Better get you two signed up. I'll find us a good spot to watch from. Excuse me, this dear little girl is so excited to enter the race, she simply cannot wait. Do you mind if we... Aren't you the cutest? Sure. This young lady would like to enter her Chao in the race. I'm sorry, we don't allow children to race. I mean, I'm the young lady. Of course, sign here, please. Chateau guests, the qualification race is about to begin. The first 50 Chao to cross the finish line will be entered in our Grand Prix starting tomorrow. Good luck and happy racing. Good luck, Cheese. Miss Rouge, why did you lie? It's not nice to not tell the truth. That's Miss Facet, and don't worry about it. A little white lie won't hurt them. Predisposition towards deception noted. You're no fun. Ah, look, there's Cheese. Heads up, there's our man. Clutch? If the descriptions I've heard are to be believed, though I wasn't prepared for quite so much hair. As the Chao races begin, Cheese almost immediately gets taken out at the starting line. Oh, I do hope they're okay. Please don't give up, Cheese. You can catch up in the flying section. Motivated by Cream's words, Cheese begins to take off, breaking ahead to the flying section only to be intercepted by a dark Chao. Follow my voice, I believe in you! Knock 'em dead, Cheese! As Cheese emerges from the water, he makes one last-ditch attempt at the finish line, barely qualifying. That was amazing! You were so brave, Cheese! That last-minute dash got him into the qualifying bracket too. Yay! We're officially in the Grand Prix. In these next few panels, we see Cheese glancing over to Clutch's Chao, the same dark Chao that had knocked him into the water. I gotta admit, as plans go, this is a pretty fun one. My plans are always fun. Good evening, ladies. Allow me to introduce myself. Please stay back, sir. Mr. Clutch, your reputation precedes you. Excuse my friends, they're not used to such a refined environment. Hey! Please call me Facet. Charmed, Miss Facet. I make a point of meeting with all the new trainers in the chateau, especially when they have such an exceptional Chao at their side. My apartment is the penthouse suite. Stop by later tonight and we'll talk shop. My door is always open. I promise it'll be worth your while. It's a date. And that's how you get things done. Seems a little too easy to me. Oh, he's got something up his sleeve for sure. But don't worry your pretty head about it. I can handle myself. Go ahead and book a room for the night and don't wait up. Fine, but only cause it's past Cream's bedtime. Later that night. The penthouse. This must be it. Please, come in. Woof. His housekeeping is about as rigorous as his personal hygiene. There is a certain charm to it, though. Good, you found me. Some of my guests get a bit lost in the collection. I trust you saw something to your liking, Rouge the Bat. My name is Facet. Don't bother. I'm sitting on a non-insignificant fortune, and you're a world-famous thief. It was bound to happen eventually. I prefer the term treasure hunter. Ha! Treasure hunter it is then. Rouge, we both have something the other one wants. Why not make a deal? I'm a Chao trainer and a good one. I only want the best, and that Chao you're racing today, I could make them legendary. So here's the pitch. If that diamond in the rough of yours can come out on top in tomorrow's races, I'll give you anything you want from my collection, in trade for the Chao. Don't worry, I treat my Chao quite well, as long as they're winning for me. I'll need to think it over. Of course, of course. Be sure to peruse my assortment of gemstones on the way out. There's some truly remarkable specimens. Discrepancy detected. The Chao cheese is not your property. How do you intend to obtain him? With violence? Please, I'm not going to give him cheese. Of course, Clutch doesn't need to know that. Listen carefully, Omega. I've got a job for you. Moments later. And done. This should be interesting. Ooh, how ominous. You've been following us since we arrived, haven't you? One of Clutch's cronies? Here for a little extra intimidation? It's then the hooded figure begins to unmask in front of her. You? Outside. Another dead end. No sign of the doctor's work here. Just petty games and frivolous amusements. I guess the rumor about a bot trader here was false. What are Amy and Rouge doing here? With Cream too. I could. No, not my problem. Who is that? Maybe there is something to the rumors after all. You, stop! Don't bother running. You can't escape me. Gah! Like I said, don't bother. Are you working for Dr. Eggman, or... What in the... The hooded figure begins to glow red before ripping up a part of the hotel, smashing Shadow with a detached piece of lumber. Ugh. Next time, the race is on. And that was issue number 33. So yeah, this was very interesting. Do you guys agree? Listen, the way this one was described as being about Chao races, I was like, okay, how are they going to turn this into an interesting story? Granted, Chao racing is fine. I don't know if that's going to make a very engrossing story, if you know what I mean. But Evan Stanley, the current writer of this new storyline, thought about that and was like, how can I make this a little more interesting? Oh, I know. I'll throw in some mysterious elements in there. And yeah, I like what I've read so far. But first, we gotta cover this. I gotta go in order. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys what I liked about this issue. Now I'm gonna tell you what I didn't like, and now I'm gonna give it a score. So let's get right into this. As always, I'm gonna place the book right down here and flip through it as I, cover what happened in this book and review it for you all. So that way I don't forget anything. And so the book initially opens up with our heroes all coming to terms with like the things that had happened in the previous arc. Omega's body had been recovered, but Tails does not have the proper tech without, hacking into Eggman's bases to get all the stuff he needs to rebuild Omega. So Rouge is there with them, Sonic, Tails, and Amy, that is, and she's kind of helping along and, comes up with this idea, hey, wait a minute, I know somewhere that might have extra Omega parts, or I guess E-Series 1000 parts, and she's like, what if we go to White Park? You guys remember White Park from Sonic 4, don't you? Of course you do. Everybody played Sonic 4. But yeah, a nice little callback. I figured as much from some of the comic covers they showed with the polar bear Badnik that I don't believe has ever shown up besides Sonic 4 Episode 2 in White Park. But yeah, that's cool. Nice little callback there. Again, establishing that this takes place in the game canon by showing us locations that we've seen before. Of course, they're not going to be able to Chao race without, what else, a Chao. So in comes Cream. Of course, calling Vanilla, Rouge and Amy call upon Vanilla to ask for Cream to come with them on their adventure as they go through these Chao races, because Cream is the only character in the current lineup of characters we have that has a Chao that's available to use. That Chao being Cheese. So Vanilla agrees. I like that the fact that Rouge, Amy's like, doesn't Omega deserve a chance? And Omega's like, yes, I want to have a chance to destroy Eggman. It's like, Omega, you're not helping. You're not helping. And yes, so we now have our two different stories that are going to branch off here, right? We have Sonic and Tails going off to find Eggman's base to get the technology and all the stuff that Tails will need to rebuild Omega, while Rouge, Amy, and Cream go off into White Park to get the remaining parts that Omega needs. So this is going to be interesting to see how they both, you know, come back together to get Omega rebuilt. But what's interesting is both branching paths seem to have their own little interesting story here. What I like about the Sonic and Tails, you know, since that's what we're starting off with, what I like about Sonic and Tails breaking off together, we finally get to see the two buddies again, best friends, brotherly relationship, Sonic and Tails. We get to see them hang out and kind of have a little mini adventure together as they raid an old Eggman base. Of course, what we saw, they aren't alone. And if you guys have been following Evan Stanley's Twitter, or Twitter in general, if you follow anything Sonic related, you've probably seen this character in question that we saw running behind Sonic and Tails in one of the last shots of that comic. Yeah, very interesting. I'm not sure how people are going to feel about that character. I wonder how they'll play into this. There's a lot of things that have been mentioned. I don't want to spoil it because, listen, I often ask you guys not to spoil anything for me. I figure I'll do the same for you guys. I already know what that character is, but I'm not going to say it. I hope everybody in the comment section also doesn't say specifically. You can talk about the character, but don't say character names or anything. Like, be like, I think the new character might be interesting, but then again, there's two new characters, but we'll get to that other character in just a moment. Sonic and Tails having this kind of brotherly bond, and Sonic teasing Tails about being, oh, this place might be haunted, and it's like a little callback reference to Sonic Heroes, where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were raiding that one haunted area, and like Knuckles makes fun of Tails by saying it might be haunted, and Tails kind of freaks out. But yeah, I like that. And also another callback, in this particular lab, abandoned lab, we see Sonic, Tails, I believe, are there Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles? There are Knuckles. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles dolls, which you may recognize from Sonic Adventure in the last levels at the egg carrier. You see like Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles dolls popping up as like target practice for the E-Series robots, which is kind of cool to see that. I like that they called that back. Yeah, I do like that Sonic's a little like, oh, this is kind of weird. And we haven't seen the Sonic doll in any canon since Sonic Adventure or Sonic Boom, if you want to be hyper-specific with that creepy Sonic doll that Amy had for no particular uncreepy reason, right? Anyway, we flash forward to the girls all going off on a little mini-adventure, and who do we see on the road but Shadow the Hedgehog? Huh, what are you doing here, buddy? All tall, dark, and brooding. What are you doing here? And he kind of just says nothing. He's just like, I'm here for, you know, he kind of states that he's there for his own reason. Again, he acts a little funny here. Not particular, I'm trying to think of the best wording here. He's still acting aloofish, but I think the main thing that may bug a couple of people is that they said they're trying to rebuild Omega, and then he said he's not interested. I think he's just putting on an act, honestly. Like, I believe he cares that Omega is getting rebuilt. He's just kind of hyper-focused on something else at the moment. I don't think it meant he's not interested as he's not interested in Omega getting rebuilt. I'm pretty sure he cares, since that's his bro. But, like, I think it's more he's in his own mission right now, and it's kind of important. As we see, again, we'll get to that later on in the book. See, this is where at this point of the book, I was like, okay, Sonic and Tails are going to have an adventure. Their story's going to be interesting, but how does this play into things with, how is this Chao racing thing going to be interesting? In comes Rouge with her whole little lie, and wanting to meet this new character named, hang on, what is the name again? Clutch. This guy is he appears to be a possum or a shrew. I'm going to put the correction. I know, chat. I know. The correction will be down there somewhere. He looks like a scumbag, and I kind of like his design. Like, down to the damn gold tooth and everything. Like, Something tells me this guy is nothing but shady business. Could you not tell based on how he looks? Like, this dude looks like, let's be honest, he looks like a pimp, almost. Like, he's got the cane, he's got the hat. He's this close. If he was a little classier and, like, more menacing, he's this close to being like Mammoth Mogul without all the power from the Archie comics. But, yeah, I'm okay with a cool, shady new villain. He looks like the type of guy. I'm just speculating, guys. This is my headcanon. But don't get your hopes up. This might not be the case. But in my headcanon, this looks like the kind of guy who can't fight. But, right? He's this kind of scumbag leader boss, like a Kingpin from Spider-Man, where he kind of runs things and hires goons to do the fighting for him, right? Where this would be a great chance to introduce Knack the Weasel, you know, some shady character that would work underneath him, right? Or maybe the, what's the name? Bark, Bean, and, Hooligans. Reintroduce the Hooligans into the comics with this guy being their boss or something like that. Or he kind of looks like the guy that would employ Rough and Tumble, who are currently in the books right now. But yeah, there's a lot of callbacks right now to what is currently happening in both this, the main storyline that's going on, and also the Bad Guys miniseries, another review I'm working on at the moment, in which a lot of characters seem to be going after old abandoned Eggman bases, so we might see them kind of overlap at some point. But I went on a tangent. I guess my point is to say I really like this Clutch guy, this green shrew possum looking guy. Anyway, thinking about how scumbaggy he looks, I love the design of this guy, and I like the cut of his jib too. I also like that Rouge, just as I was mentioning in the previous reviews, I was like, you know, it'd be nice to see Rouge do something that doesn't involve Shadow in a way, right? Something where she can kind of be her own character, and we can kind of see her showcase her stuff. Here we kind of see that, where Rouge is kind of double-crossing the scumbag, if you will, kind of trying to fool Clutch, but Clutch sees right through her ruse, Rouge's ruse. And he's like, don't try to play me. Like, I know exactly what you're here for. Here, let's make a deal. Because this happens immediately after the Chao race, which, by the way, Cheese does a good job of doing. And, oh, I forgot to mention, he is there. Him. That Chao. The one that you guys have raced in Sonic Adventure, and probably most of you know from Sonic Adventure 2. The one that's always laying like this, has like the half-lidded eyes, he looks kind of lazy, he's always doing this. And they just refer to him as him. Anyway, case in point, a lot of callbacks in this one, but that's not the Chao we're worried about here. The Chao we're worried about here is the evil Chao that looks like Shadow, has that evil Cheshire cat smile, and we see him kind of cheating to beat Cheese there a little bit, but still, Cheese still manages to qualify. And then after that, he's like, yeah, come to my room real quick, Miss Facette, or whatever you want to be known as. And he kind of breaks it down to her like, yeah, I know who you are. I know what this is. I'll make a deal with you. Alright? I want that Chao. If you win tomorrow, I want that Chao. And you can take anything you want from my giant collection of treasures and valuables. And Rouge is like, oh yeah, okay. I'll think about that. And, of course, she doesn't have the intent of giving up Cheese, which I was thankful for. I was like, okay, how is she gonna work this? But she's like, nah, I'm not gonna give up Cheese. Like, that's not my plan. Boy, just a lot of shady business happening behind the scenes here, and I kind of like it. It's almost like a kid-friendly version of Ocean's 12 or Ocean's 11 or something like that, where, like, they're trying to scam a scam artist, but, like, he's onto them, and there's, like, all this subterfuge, back-planning stuff happening, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this. Good job, Evan, so far. But that's not the most interesting part. Oddly enough, that is not the most interesting part of this story. The most interesting part, excuse me, I'm choking over myself because I'm talking so fast, I'm so excited. The most interesting part of this story, besides this Clutch having this cool design, we flash out and we see that as Rouge is finishing her meeting, we see some shady figure that we saw earlier in the book, dressed like the Ice Climbers, has the whole Eskimo outfit over whoever they are, just over their head. And Rouge is like, who? You? And it doesn't show who this character is. Outside the hotel, this outside of White Park, Shadow's kind of sitting on the roof going like, alright, well, I was here to tail the bot trader. So We don't know why Shadow was there. I'm assuming he was there to get parts to help fix Omega on his own. Or maybe he was looking for a bot trader to get linked closer to Eggman. We don't know what Shadow was really there for. I'm sure it was explained, but yeah. So Shadow is there, right? And then we see the figure, I believe the hooded figure that Rouge saw on the rooftops running. And he's like, he or she is glowing different colors like yellow, red and orange, or yellow, red, and blue. This is probably a new character. I don't think this is a character we know. But Rouge seems to know them. Who could it be? No spoilers, chat. Don't spoil in the comment section. But this character is potentially interesting because not only are they fast, they appear to have some sort of crazy power where they like ripping up like stuff and fighting and hitting Shadow with it. And he's like, what is going on? Like, who are you? We don't see who it is, but things are about to get very interesting in this Chao racing arc. So we don't know what happened to Rouge. We don't know if this is even the same person that Rouge saw. There could be two of them for all we know. I don't know. Hard to assume. Excuse me. Hard to guess what's going on right now. We don't know if Rouge is okay. We don't know if that character attacked Rouge or if... I don't know. There's a lot of mystery at the end of this one, and I'm a big fan. Way to make the interesting concept, well, way to make the concept of Chao racing interesting. Have all this stuff happening in the background with, like, Rouge trying to cut a deal with a scumbag trader and having Shadow there as, like, backup, but kind of, you know... I like how this is all playing out. I'm hoping this is gonna be an interesting new character. I don't know who it is. I know who the other character is that was in Sonic and Tails' part, but I don't know who this person is. Could be interesting to see if they are potentially good or evil, or a brand new character to the Rogue Gallery. I don't know. I'm excited at the prospect. And that's pretty much the end of the book. I gotta say, this is a strong first issue. If you're not gonna have a lot of action in your book, I always said I like three things: character development, you know, an issue where a character not necessarily has a lot of action or a lot of stuff going on, but there's an emotional character growth or something that makes the character better. The character learns something, you know, something that makes the character overall better, or we learn something about the character, right? Tangle and Whisper had a lot of that, where it was basically developing the characters and giving us their backstory. That's another story type I like. Story type number 2 is if there is some sort of mystery or intrigue going on, right? Things that make the reader go, huh, what's that all about? Let me read more and find out. That is the kind of thing I like in my comics. And this one has 2 things going on. 3 things, actually, that I find rather interesting. The new character that Sonic and Tails may encounter. This clutch guy and what his deal is. And this hooded figure that attacks Shadow at the end of the book. What are all these going to tie in together? I don't know. But I'm interested to find out more. And we'll be finding out more, hopefully, in November. So, guys, let me know what you thought of this one. I don't think there's any negatives I can think of off the top of my head. Any negatives? No, I can't think of anything. And there are a lot of Easter eggs in here too. Like, for example, a lot of people are saying Amy wasn't acting like herself before. Guess what? Sonic mentions the idea of going on an adventure, and Amy gets all blushy and she's like, "You and I on an adventure together?" There you go, Amy fans. Are you happy now? She's acting like herself again. Are you guys happy? Good. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I also like that Gemerl is still beat up from the last battle. Like, they didn't fix him up or anything. He's just kind of, I guess he doesn't have the hole in his chest anymore, but still, damn. This is going to be interesting. That's all I got to say. Okay, another thing I really like is seeing characters, particularly Sonic characters. We don't ever get to see the Sonic characters outside of their usual attire, which is usually nothing but gloves and shoes if you're a male, and their usual outfit if they're a female, right? Like Amy always wears the pink dress, Rouge always wears her her skin tight suit with the heart top, like that, right? We don't ever get to see them try on different outfits, but in this one we get to see them trying on the little winter outfits, and I think that's something something cool that we should start seeing in games, like skins for Sonic characters. I don't know why we don't get to see Sonic characters dressed up in outfits. Like, if it makes sense, right? If they go to White Park, why not wear a little outfit, a little coat or something like that? A little bundle up, a little scarf or something, right? Just having Sonic wear a scarf is interesting to look at. I'm looking at you, Sonic Boom Sonic. But like, Rouge wearing her... what is that outfit from? I don't know what that outfit is from. It looks familiar though. But having Rouge wear this classy outfit that like Bayonetta would wear, and like, it's just nice to see characters, you know, dressed up to fit the setting. I feel that works a lot, and I'd like to see that more in like the games. I think Crash just did that with like their skins and stuff like that. I wish we could do that with Sonic. We always get like the same outfit, so it's nice to see them dressed differently. What else? Yeah, that pretty much covers it. We got to see Shadow a little bit in action. I'm curious what his deal is right now, what he's doing there, but he's gonna have some big play in here, I'm sure. But we'll find out shortly, won't we? Guys, I'm going to rate this book an 8.9. That's a pretty good, solid start. I can't wait to see how this unfolds, to see who these people, these characters are, and hopefully we get a good story out of this. I like what you've done so far, Evan, and the artwork is chef's kiss. I don't think there's been a single issue in which I don't like the artwork. Every single issue has good art, and I think, let me get credit where credit is due. Who did the art on this one? Let's see. Oh, Evan Stanley did the art for this. with colors by Reggie Garam. Garam? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Letters by Sean Lee, an assistant editor, Riley Farmer, and editor, David Mariette. I can't say names, chat. But yeah, good stuff. This right here, I like it. More of this, please. Like, this combined with the Bad Guys miniseries we got going on. This is a great time to be into, like, Sonic storytelling. I'm hoping... I'm not gonna say it, I say it every time, but like, wouldn't it be nice if some of this stuff carried over into the games, right? Like, we got to see like Tangle and Whisper pop up in the games, or we got to see like, I don't know. I just like, I like, the Sonic movie was good, the Sonic comics are good. Let's hope that 2021 game nails it. Like, I need everything to be good right now. But yeah, comics are killing it right now. Good job. 8.9 out of 10. I think that's gonna do it for me. Let me know what you guys thought of this one in the comments below. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Werewoof Reactions for more comic reviews like this one if you haven't already. I think I said that twice, but don't worry about that. Also, if you'd like to become a patron and help out these comic reviews, it could cost less than just $1 a month right here at patreon.com/WerewolfWolfie. That's Werewolf Wolfie, not Werewolf. And as little as $1, it can help out. $2 gets you the comic book reviews a little earlier than the YouTube side, and anything above that, there are tiers you can check out there. Thank you guys for your continued support, and thank you all so very much for watching all the way to the end of this part. Because if you got to see this part of the video, that means you guys are the real ones. You guys are the ones that watch all the way through. I'll stop rambling now and let you guys get off to the next video, whatever that may be. Don't forget to wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance. Be safe out there, everybody. I will see you all in the next video, whenever that may be. So in the meantime, guys, stay tuned.